Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is What's Done in the Dark Tea, and we are reviewing Love Island Season 8. I think in my last one I messed up and put episode 16 when it was really 17. This one's 18. But either way, we are back. This is our second night of Casa Amor. Well, I guess it would technically be our first night because, how everything pans out. But our second night as viewers getting Casa Amor. If you guys could do me a favor, like, follow, subscribe, share, do all the things, I would really appreciate it. But let's get started. So when the episode first starts, we get a shot and it's in Casa. The girls and the guys are sitting around the fire and everyone is introducing themselves. They're kind of going by one. And it seems to be going well. We get a conversation shortly after that and we see Sydney and Bryce having a conversation. And I'm not going to lie, whenever I first saw Sydney come in, I did kind of feel like that might have been for Bryce. Like, you know, she was, not that her and Trinity look alike, but, you know, different fonts, but I see where they were going with that. So I kind of thought she would be for Bryce. They had a conversation and it seemed to be going well. I honestly don't know about Bryce. I feel like he's telling the guys explore. But I don't really think he's going to come up off Trinity. I feel like something is going to happen. Like something big would have to happen for him to come off Trinity. I just feel like he's not going to leave her alone. Let's see. What is her name? Is it Ariana? Alana? The Angel. We're just going to call her Angel because I can't remember her name. Which I guess because we've already seen part of this episode, a little internet drama on her. So people found some like old tweets and Snapchat videos that she had posted in the past, and she was saying the N-word. So I'm assuming that she is in this episode because this, already kind of happened, but I would imagine that she is out for future episodes, which I don't know how that's gonna shake up the dynamic. Hopefully they've got some more Casa girls or something in the arsenal so that it'll be more even, because I do not want Zach and Kata together. We need Zach and Kata to split up. I do not want them together, so we need somebody that has Zach's attention so that they're separate. Yeah, but then Angel, we'll call her Wings so it's not confusing. So Wings, we end up finding out that she actually hooked up with Charlie, and that would make a lot of sense as to why she was into Zach, because just from watching the show, I don't know why, I don't feel like he's necessarily coming off in the best light. So from watching this, I don't know why you would be interested in him. But when I first saw him, I was like, oh, he's cute. I think he's cute because I thought Charlie was cute. But, maybe that's where her mind is set to, because that's definitely what I was thinking when I first saw him. But I don't think the show is doing him any favors. Okay, so then we get a shot of all the girls at night, because, this is still the night of. So the girls are taking all their makeup and stuff off because they didn't get to do the heart rate challenge. And the guys are over in Casa. So all the girls are telling Anaya pretty much that she needs to explore. And Trinity is letting her know how pissed she is and that she needs to get out there and meet men. And I really want Anaya to... We saw what Casey was doing. He does not care. I need Anaya to get out here and actually take the time to meet somebody and get to know somebody. Verdict is still out if she's going to do that, but I do want Anaya to move on from Casey as well. As Anaya is talking about how pissed she is from the Casey situation, we get a shot of Casey talking to Tiara. They are, Tiara was the nurse. So he's over there, he's talking to Tiara, and you can tell, I think that this was a major issue. And I had brought this up before. I think that one of the main issues with Casey and Anaya is I think that where they were in their physical intimacy was not at all the same. Like Anaya in that one episode was talking about Casey being freaked out and trying to rub on her in the bed. That wasn't something that she was into. And we would see shots of Casey talking to the boys, referring to her as like a grandma, saying that he wanted more. So seeing Tiara come in, I think that they are on the same wavelength. I think that they're both the same speed. And if I was Anaya, I would 100% be meeting the other guys, because Casey is not going to hold back. Because in the first scene that we see with Casey, they're talking and he immediately slams this girl back, crawls between her legs, and is making out with her. He don't know nothing about this girl. This is 5 minutes worth of conversation and he's already on top of her. Anaya, please choose yourself. Please choose yourself. Okay, so then in Casa, since all the girls are there already, they have to decide who is going to be sleeping with who. So in the beds for the night, we have Sydney and Bryce, Casey and Tiara, Jaden and Corbin, Wings and Charlie, Caleb and Permita, and Sin and Amora. Sin says that he misses Mel, but we get a shot of him making out with Amora. I will say, I see Sin kissing Amora. I even see in the previews for tomorrow's episode that Sin is kissing Amora, but through the screen, I'm not getting the sense that Sin likes Amora. Like, that's... I don't think that he is going to bring anyone back from Casa, but I think that he's going to be sick when Mel brings somebody back from Casa. So, we're going to see. I think this is going to be real interesting. I think these Casa episodes definitely saved this season because it was definitely a little boring for me, but I think the past 2 nights reminded me why I love the show and I look forward to it every single year. So it's the next day and the girls are up and they're kind of doing a debrief. They're cooking breakfast. You know, they're talking about everything that's going on. At the same time, the Casa girls are also having a debrief and they're kind of talking about who they like. But in the villa with the main girls, Kata gets a text, and in that text, they find out that they are having a pool party. So they immediately start getting ready. They're getting ready and they're talking about they're having a good time. They're ready for a good time. Everybody seems like they're ready to explore. The video from last night is definitely on all the girls' minds, and everybody seems to have the mentality that they need to be open because of what they saw last night. And I like that. I think that this was the best way to do it, because there is kind of like this thing with Love Island where the guys go and do it really big in Casa and the girls kind of just sit back and wait for them to come back and get chosen. And I always hated that part, even though Casa was like, you know, the best episodes and it's super fun. I always hated that the girls didn't go as hard as the guys do. So I think this is a good way to shake it up. I do wish, well, we'll get there. We're not even to that part yet. So Kata gets the text. All the girls are getting ready. They're making breakfast. They're kind of just talking about strategy. The Casa girls are also talking, and they're kind of saying who they like, who they're interested in. And what we know for sure from these episodes is Tiara is coming in super hot. She is very, very, very interested in Casey, and she's letting every single person know. Every conversation, she is letting it be known that she likes Casey, and I could see how that would be what Casey wanted too, because, you know, in the episode, he did bring up that him and Anaya didn't choose each other. They just kind of ended up together by default. And I think that Tiara's giving him that attention, and she's like, you know, she's all about him. And I think that that is something that he wanted from Anaya that maybe he wasn't necessarily getting, which I don't think is her fault. I don't. I just think that, I don't know. I don't think that they were ever on the same page, and I don't think that their conversations ever led them anywhere. Even if they were trying to be honest, I don't think that they were communicating effectively. And I don't think that that would work. And I honestly want both of them to pick other people. I wouldn't mind him being with Tiara or Sydney, whatever. I wouldn't mind him being with either one. And Anaya, anybody else. Literally anybody else. Then we get a talk between Corbin, Caleb, and Zach. And in this conversation, Zach is letting it be known that he really wants to explore. So at this point, we know that Zach is into Wings. He's very interested in her. And he's letting the boys know that he wants to explore. He doesn't know what Kate is doing. They weren't really on the best of terms whenever he left. So he really wants to dive into the experience. Corbin also lets us know, which I said this in the last one, you could literally see it whenever she was trying to express kind of like her love language in a way, or what she finds to be like, someone valuing her. He immediately took that as like, she's criticizing me. He was over it. You could see it in his face. He was over it. He made it through that elimination. He's like, okay, I did what I need to do. I showed enough interest in her to get through that elimination, and he was on to the next thing. What the girls eliminated Gabe for is what Corbin did. Just shimmy his way on into that house, but they didn't even want to consider him to go home, and I have no idea why. Yeah, but Caleb also talks about Corbin also talks about he had these concerns or whatever with Kinsey, but everything happened so fast he didn't even get to tell her. I don't believe Corbin would have told her either way. I think Corbin would have waited for a new girl to come into the villa, seize the opportunity, and then him and Kinsey would have broken up. I feel like either way, his exit strategy for that was going to be another girl. And he was going to, can I get a kiss? Her to death. So then after we get the conversation between Caleb, Zach, and Corbin. And then we also get a conversation between Sin, Bryce, and KC. And Sin is saying how he misses Mel. And I really do think that he misses Mel. I don't think that we're going to see Sin act up to the extent that we thought he was. And I do think that that's partly due to the girls in the house not necessarily being as interested in him, which Sin is a good looking guy, but I just think, again, his TV perception has not been good. The back and forth between Soul and Melanie did not do him any favors. So I think that he's going to do surprisingly well. And he's saying that he misses Mel. KC doesn't give a fuck. Let's just be real. KC does not give a fuck. The whole time that they're talking, Bryce is trying to be inspirational, talk to KC, and the wheels are turning in his head. He does not give a fuck. He is not thinking about Anaya. He's saying the words like, oh, what we had was good, but you can just tell that he's lying. Just move on. Let our good sis go and just move on. The girls let Anaya know because they're all getting ready for the morning and for, the guys to come in for their part of Casa, and they let her know straight up, quit fucking talking about KC. That was the last time you're going to talk about him. And I agree. It's just like, how much more do you have to see? Like how she honestly, I try to give her a lot of grace, but she really finds a way to piss me off in just about every episode. And this was no exception to that, because girl, he is not worried about you at all. You saw on the screen a fraction of what he's done, and he's been doing more. He's not thinking about you. He's not sitting over there thinking about you, and you know it. Don't piss me off. So as the girls are sitting there getting ready, Ariana is in the villa. She walks into the dressing room. She's looking great. I think that she may have lightened the brown in her hair. It looks a little lighter than some of the previous episodes, and I think it looks really good. I think that this lighter brown looks really, really good on her. I love the outfit. She looked body's tea. Ariana always looks good. Yeah, she's very needed, and all she has to do is stand there and look pretty, but she is Love Island, so. She gets all the girls, because she goes into the fitting room to see all of them. So she gets them all to go down to the fire pit, and they're having conversations. She goes around the fire pit and she kind of asks all of them how the video made them feel. And they say one by one, kind of how it made them feel. Kata was like, expressing she was upset. Anaya, she was over there looking upset. But I think they saved her for last. And it was just like, I think everybody... okay, back up. I will say that when Ariana is in the villa this time, I've always, she's always been there to like encourage people to like, play the game or whatever. But in this particular season of Love Island, like Ariana is she's pretty much looking at these girls like, you need to choose yourself. Like she is not holding back. They waited for Anaya last, and the way that she was looking at Anaya, like, girl, we're bringing in here men that all like you, okay? These men's is for you. Move on. Like, she is not even being subtle about it. Another reason, Anaya, stop thinking about Casey. So they all go around, they say all that, and then Ariana lets them know that they're going to have double the chance of finding love, so she is bringing in 12 guys instead of 6. And at that point, we get a shot. The 12 guys are on a boat, shirtless, oiled up, and coming in. Love Island is very, very petty, though, because the boat goes right by the guy's house. They can hear the girls screaming. They can see that there's way more than 6 guys. I think it's Bryce. It's like, oh, they're all like 6 Corbins. It was so hilarious. Like, yes, they are all much bigger than you, Bryce, which would not take much. They pull up. The guys get off the boats. They're giving their intros. I'm not going to lie. There is a lot going on. Like, I was just like, I don't even know how we're going to meet all of these people. I did like, the setup was that they were pretty much going to have to pick 6 to stay. And I'm glad that they narrowed it down, but we didn't get to see enough of the other guys for them to make a decision fully. I wish they would have kind of got like a little bit more time, or maybe brought them in like waves or something, so that we could get to know the other guys, because I didn't even get the introduction of them, and I feel like they got rid of some fine shit. I really do feel like they got rid of some fine shit. Maybe they didn't have a good conversation, but I definitely felt like they had got rid of some good looking guys. Kenzie gonna find a way to do a fucking split, honey. They are playing a game, and pretty much the guys have to go through, and they each pick 2 people that they want to... I jumped ahead so far. So after they come, they do their introduction. Ariana gives them the day to hang out, mingle, get to know each other, whatever. Ariana returns in the evening, and she says that they're going to go down the line, and each of the 12 guys are going to pick 2 girls that they are interested in to kiss. And I'm not even going to lie. At first, I was trying to keep track of who was kissing who, but then there ended up being so many people, and there was so much going on, and there was so much kissing and picking up and getting thrown on the bean bags and moving here, moving there, and scooting and booting and doing all that. I'm not even going to hold you. I couldn't even keep track. But what I will tell you is, I know that those producers specifically brought in men for Anaya. There were so many men that were interested in Anaya, and I was glad to see it. I was very, very glad to see it. And I really hope that she takes advantage of it, because there was genuinely men there that were interested in her. Now, some of the choices from the other women, I wasn't sure about, but I guess they all collectively got together and decided who would be the best 6. Maybe people had interest in more than one person or whatever. They could shuffle it around instead of each person just picking one person. So the guys that they end up keeping are Corey, Shay, Gal, Ronnie, Dylan, and Carl. So the girls have narrowed down their 6, and they're all still getting to know each other, but now at least we have less going on in our screens, because I was overwhelmed, to say the least, which it doesn't take much. Going to Walmart makes me overwhelmed, but that's neither here nor there. So then We get a conversation at Casa with the boys, and because everybody is getting ready for the night at this point. So, and we get a shot of Corbin saying that he knows that him and Kinsey are pretty much cooked, and he's pretty sure that Kinsey is doing him wrong, and that she's probably somewhere hitting the splits. He know that woman well after just 3 weeks, because Crash Out Kinsey was definitely over there hitting the splits. And I thought that was hilarious that they threw that little bit in. So, here, I don't even know what to say about Anaya, because she's honestly exhausting me at this point. But all my notes said was, Anaya, don't piss me off. Anaya pulls Mel for a chat, and honestly, this is birds chirping. This is birds chirping. I'm not even going to lie to you. This is birds chirping. Why the hell? 1, 2, let's just say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. I miss my man. I miss my man. Melanie, maybe because they think that Sin is over there looking like Lord Farquaad and he's not getting any play. So she's not really at risk of her man's coming back with somebody, at least from what we've seen right now. But you, Anaya, do not piss me off. What is going on? How much more do you need to see? I'm like, oh my God. Like, if she doesn't bring something back, I'm going to full on Legally Blonde, like, chocolates at the TV. Just, I boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. Like, I can't even deal. So, then we get to see Kata talking with Shay, and they go to the speakeasy. Now, Shay is very, very cute, and I was trying to figure out who was going to pick Shay. I figured it would either be the blondes or Kata. That just seemed like the type. I could also see Melanie, but I was really thinking it was going to be the blondes or Kata, and of course, Kata was talking to him. Those are the kind of couples I like to see, when they're just both extremely attractive. Like, that's how I feel about, like, Nick and Olandria. I love to see two attractive people treat each other well and just be together. They don't even have to do anything. They can just sit there. And I'm okay with looking at them because they're both attractive. And he seems better than Zach. So that's already good enough for me. Oh, yeah. And so, since it's nighttime, everybody is picking who they want to sleep with as well. So the conversations are leading to who's going to share a bed. So, Kata and Shay are going to share a bed. Then we get a shot of Zach talking to Alana. Is her name Alana? I might be messing that up. We're going to stick with Wings because I can't remember. Zach and Wings are talking, and then the next thing you know, they're kissing. Mr. I'm so upset because Kata's talking to another lad, and now you're over here laid up. Didn't take much at all, as predicted. But either way, they're sharing a bed. Then we have Carl and Anaya having a chat. I really liked this. Anaya pissed me off before, but I did like seeing the scene. Carl is so cute. I don't know. He kind of reminds me of like a businessy version of Justin Long. I know that that's like very, very specific, but it's like a corporate Jeepers Creepers. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Not the Jeeper Creeper himself, but the guy who was running from Jeeper Creeper in the first movie. I'm pretty sure his name is Justin Long. I had a crush on him I'm so off topic. Either way, Carl and Anaya are talking. He's half Chinese. He's teaching her how to speak Mandarin. Everything is really cute. He seems to be very into Anaya. And then they share a kiss. And Anaya was into the kiss. Girl, please pursue this man. That leg went up. He was rubbing on the thigh. They look good together. He seems more mature. He seems more her speed. They look cute together. They have stuff in common. His family loves volleyball players. He thinks that she's beautiful. He came in for her. Please, Anaya, give this man a chance. I loved it. When that leg went up, I said, we might have a chance. We might have a chance. We get Trinity is talking to Corey. Oh yeah, and Anaya and Carl are sharing a bed too. We get a shot of Trinity talking to Corey. He says that he loves clothes, fashion, so does she. They're hitting it off very well. They decide to go to the photo booth. They're taking photos. Everything's going well. And then we see a little kiss between Trinity and Corey. At the same time that they're showing us the Trinity and Corey chemistry, we get a shot of Bryce talking to Sin, and he is saying how important Trinity is to him. And even though he has been talking to Sydney, she is not Trinity. And when I tell you, I wasn't even 100%, I knew that Bryce liked Trinity, but at times what they were showing us was giving very much friend. But in this scene, he was literally about to cry, and I was like, oh my God. I think Bryce really does like Trinity. Like, not that I didn't think he didn't like her before, but I don't know, it was just giving a different kind of like, and I'm like, oh, he was serious. I just want that man to learn how to kiss, because there's too many infractions. I don't know if infractions is the right thing, but there's too many times that people have said that he can't kiss, and I don't want her to have a lifetime of turtle tongue. So cute, but also I'm okay with her picking someone else, but I know that Bryce is going to stay true to Trinity, and I think that she will actually stay true to him too, but we will see. And that is how the night ends. I don't think it ends with a shot of them actually going to bed. I don't think that we get that yet. Maybe we did. There was so much going on that at the end I was kind of just watching and not taking notes, so I can't remember 100%, but that is episode 18. Thank you, Love Island producers, for bringing the show back from the pits of hell. I was so bored. Oh my God. Thank you for bringing us some entertainment, some drama, some cinema. I don't know. Anyway, I'm tired and I'm delusional, and now I'm just saying stuff. So I'm going to get off of here, but this has been your Love Island Season 8, Episode 18 recap. This is What's Done in the Dark Tea. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe down below. Check me out on social media as well. You guys have a good night, and we will be back tomorrow for more messy bullshit. Have a good night. Bye.